Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals taking on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
Well, if you're going to play football in Arizona, a dome and air conditioning, those are two good things to have, and we've got both here at State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gunn with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we got two teams here that finished at the bottom of the standings last year. But remember this, 15 of the last 16 seasons, we've seen at least one team go from the bottom of their division to the top in one season.
Last year we had two, Chicago and Houston. These two teams playing now, they think they can do the exact same thing this year and make it 16 out of 17 seasons.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Glendale. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Cardinals take over.
Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
I still remember being in Indianapolis at the Combine when the result of Kyler Murray's height was announced. And when the tape measure showed him at a little bit above 5'10", all doubts went out the window, and rightly so. The Cardinals went 5-10-1 with him last year, but he was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy can make great plays with his arm, can scoot with his feet, and has motivated this team and has them on a really good upward trajectory.
Murray now on first down. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. A terrific right arm. And nowadays, we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws. But he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first carry for Kenyon Drake, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Murray's throw on target to Christian Kirk. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Nice catch there by Christian Kirk. Had 709 yards and 3 touchdowns in the 2019 season. I expect those numbers to continue to climb. This is a guy who can play in the slot, play outside, but the number one thing about him, absolute explosiveness, especially after he catches the ball downfield. If you don't make the tackle right there, he's going to take it a long way.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
4-yard line. 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray over the middle, and it's It's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. Third down here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. From the gun, Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
The last few seasons has almost been sport for us in the media to see if Larry Fitzgerald was going to call it quits and cap off what I believe is a Hall of Fame career. But now he's entered season number 17, second on the all-time receptions list, just 171 catches behind Jerry Rice, and maybe he's found new life as he continues to pile up the big numbers.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Stafford will try and set up the screen to Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. First and goal. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense coming back out here for the 2-0 Arizona Cardinals. And Kyler Murray, what a start to the season he has had for this crew. He's becoming very comfortable in his second year, showing the league his tremendous abilities both through the air and on the ground. He's got plenty of help downfield as well. The comfort level we're seeing between he and DeAndre Hopkins is really something, CD.
It really is, and this is exactly why they got DeAndre Hopkins, to truly be that #1 target and grow a young quarterback. And Kyler Murray's taking full advantage of that. But not only is DeAndre Hopkins there, remember, Larry Fitzgerald's been there from the beginning. And now he's one of 4 receivers over the age of 36 to have a game with 7 or more catches. The others, Steve Smith Sr., Tim Brown, and Jerry Rice. That's really great company to be in. Now they get to host Detroit, who's 0-2, and then they visit Carolina, who's 0-2. We shouldn't play this game, partner, but they're not 4-0 at the end of the first 4 weeks of the season. I'll be surprised.
I'm with you. You can't help but play that game, and what a start it would be to the season if they could get to that point. A lot of buzz around the Cards right now. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
A 6-yard.
And there's Kyler Murray being sacked, and in his first year in the league, surprising to a lot of people, he was the most sacked quarterback, went down 48 times. And when you think about the mobility that he possesses, that really does surprise people because they think they can get out of everything. But so often, those young guys who can move around a lot, they keep plays alive so long that sometimes they actually get trapped. Defenses are going to test him and continue to test him. I think he's got something for them as he continues to move forward.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over.
1st and 10.
Here comes Detroit again, and this Detroit Lions team, boy, week 1 is the game that they should have won against Chicago. Week 2 at Green Bay, understandable you dropped that one, but 42-21 the final at Lambeau. And here we go again, CD. It seems like early in every season we're questioning the Lions, and this is an 0-2 start that a lot of fans were hoping to avoid.
You know that to be true. I know it to be true. The whole league always keeps an eye on the Lions, and every time you think they've improved, you get evidence that maybe that's not true. Remember, they got to a 14-3 lead at Lambeau on Green Bay, but then here comes Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Jones got outscored 39-7 the rest of the way. As you mentioned, 0-2, 2 losses in the division. It'll be tough for them to turn it around. And one last thing, over the last 2 seasons, 4 games in a row now, they have blown leads of 10 points or more. The only time that's happened in NFL history. Now they got to go to Arizona, who's awfully hot, come home to face the Saints. If they start out 0-4, I'm not quite sure what to tell you.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Now they nab the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Peterson. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Now it's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
It's funny, partner, you often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hockenson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go way up as he gets more comfortable with the NFL game. A nice catch right there for a 1st down.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd and 2, Stafford looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
When we try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. They snap it to Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back.
Brendan, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
Out comes Kenyon Drake in the Arizona offense to take over. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun now for Murray. Finds the open target, Arnold. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Murray's pass.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, Drake. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Agnew now to return. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He'll get this one to Galladay. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Cardinals nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Hutchinson, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Stafford looks to throw again. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Isaiah Simmons with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Nice sack there by Isaiah Simmons, and he really made a jump in that category last year at Clemson with 8 sacks. He had 3 combined his first 2 years. His athleticism and ability to play so many different positions, surprising that he lasted to the number 8 pick for Arizona to get. And boy, are the Cardinals happy to have him on their defense.
On 4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 20-yard line.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The pickup brings up 2nd.
Well, even I can figure out that DeAndre Hopkins is clearly one of the best receivers in the game. Over the last 3 seasons, over 1,100 yards in each season. And don't forget, defenses have been keying on him each and every snap. This guy produces no matter what the situation, no matter what the coverage. Just find him and get him the football.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Gardner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll run it. Murray has the first down and more. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Drake. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 12. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. It's complete to Drake. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. As he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray completes it to Fitzgerald. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st down, Drake. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
He's brought down at the 20.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Murray. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Peterson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Gain of 5 brings up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They give it to Peterson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain.
Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
On first down, Stafford here. Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there. Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
Stafford throwing on target to Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
In addition to his really good hands, Marvin Jones makes big plays downfield. Ended up missing the last month of the 2019 season. Still had 62 catches for nearly 800 yards. And even more importantly, 9 touchdown catches included in that number. When Marvin Jones goes downfield for a pass, oftentimes he finds his way into the end zone.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Ryan ball carrier.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Touchdown.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Isabella. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter. He's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Drake. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Credit to tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
It's a gain of
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Murray, and he hits Drake. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Murray now on 1st down. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st first there on the first down completion.
At the Lions' 28-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. From the gun, Murray. And that's complete. It's the tight end, Daniels. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Another Cardinals.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And they're on 24-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
On first down at Stanford. Open man has got it complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Jones has it. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Stafford. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Amendola. It's a gain of 8.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
You run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devon Kennard in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. Sort of a slow and steady game so far, but reliable for him here in this third quarter.
Sounds like we're describing a possession receiver, right? The one that finds a way to make the big catches, the ones that break the backs of defenses, keep first downs, accumulating. I think he's that and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far. We'll see if he can make this good game a great game. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray, Fitzgerald on the slant. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, it's Drake. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, there's someone who's running the football with a big smile on his face, and that's Kenyon Drake, because you remember last year he was in Miami, wasn't getting many carries, not a lot of success, but in midseason ended up in Arizona and became a huge weapon for the Cardinals. 8 touchdowns the second half of the season, utilized really well. Big-time skilled player who can run it and catch it out of the backfield. He has finally found a home and a place for his talents.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Murray and completes it to Kirk over the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Murray now on 1st down. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And DeAndre Hopkins with another catch. And let's face it, when Arizona made this trade, there had to be no one happier than quarterback Kyler Murray, who had been pushing his management to draft his college teammate CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. But when they made the trade for DeAndre Hopkins, they didn't need to do that anymore. This guy's an all-pro receiver. He's been the top 3 in receptions the last 2 seasons. And now with Larry Fitzgerald already there, and you add DeAndre Hopkins, the possibilities endless for the Arizona Cardinals in the passing game.
This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. he's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. At each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 25-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll throw right away. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Here's Amendola now, jet sweep. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
At the Cardinals' 44-yard line.
2nd and 9 from the 44. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's complete to Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
first down. Here's a run with Peterson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Kerryon Johnson, third-year man from Auburn. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Prater on to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. On the return, Isabella. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll set up to throw from the gun. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. They'll run on 1st down. Drake. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
A gain of a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now from Murray. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
9 yards to go.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Lions pressure, he's brought down.
They've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Pushes past him. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. At their own. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the shotgun, he'll throw. Amendola's got it, complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Devon Kennard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford, and that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
By Nick Williams.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the gun, it's Drake. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 11.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. It's complete to Drake. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong, usually, for one person to handle.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down at Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
From the 21, it's second and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. This will be caught at about the 6. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Yes, indeed. Touchdown, Kyler Murray. You remember as a rookie, 4 rushing touchdowns. But he's one of those players who's not just quick, but awfully fast. Had 12 rushing touchdowns at Oklahoma during his Heisman Trophy winning season in 2018. Expect him to expand on using his legs in the future.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Same goal.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. To return, here's Agnew. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. Out of the gun, he'll throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Isaiah Simmons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. The football going back over to Arizona now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He starts by handing this off to Drake. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way. Now, look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
There defensively.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Stafford. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
A terrific catch and a big chunk of yardage gained by Kenny Golladay, and that's exactly what he does. That's why he's so dangerous downfield. Highest average yards per reception among NFC receivers in 2019 at over 18 yards per catch. He has the length and really has a nose for the football, especially when they put the ball in the air and he goes up and gets it.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A slant to Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Stafford. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. From 6 yards away. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. On the return, Isabella. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. His big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Murray. And he hits Drake.
Murray's pass. Complete to Kenyon Drake. It's a gain of 2. 3rd down and 13.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now a handoff for Drake. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on for the 5th time here today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
1st down, Lions.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
They didn't get out of bounds, but that's okay. They need one more just like that to give themselves a chance.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. So they come out throwing in the extra session and get a nice hook up right away.
Tells you a lot about what a coach feels about his team, doesn't it? That type of a play in overtime. So many people in this situation play not to lose instead of playing to win. That throw there tells you exactly what they're trying to get done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 down at the 33. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
A 22-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Cardinals 28.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. First throw of overtime from Murray. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. For a second there, he looked down on the field. I almost thought I saw Kyler Murray in an Oklahoma jersey.
The colors are similar, though, right?
Yeah.
He is not just quick, because he's every bit of that. He truly is fast. He's as fast as the fastest players in the NFL. And when he puts it all together and makes the proper read, you can see the defense's eyes grow wide because now they've got to deal with him downfield. He's hard to get down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Shotgun now from Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a 1st down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Murray. He'll try and run it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing now is Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. He'll pass and time right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Steps, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Flowers picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. From the gun, Murray. He can run for it, and he will. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This to keep the game alive. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to keep the game alive. Gonzalez's kick is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point. I'm back upbeat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
Zane Gonzalez.
So each team's had it. Each team's put up 3. It's sudden death now, and here we go. To return, here's Agnew. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So out now come the Lions. The situation is simple. It is sudden death from here on out. We had 2 stops defensively. The next score, whatever it is, wins this game.
And I can't wait to see how the defense decides to play this, because knowing that the next point you give up lose the game for you, I expect them to be more aggressive, not just play a normal situational defense, but go after them, attack them a little bit, because otherwise the offense is just trying to find their way to get downfield and kick a field goal. Don't sit back and wait for them to make their plays. I think the defense needs to go after them.
Charles Davis says maybe they go aggressive. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And, partner, I've not been a huge fan of a certain cliche, but it does actually apply here. Who actually wants it more now? I mean, both of them have gotten field goals here in overtime.
Yeah, they've been out there a long time trading field goals. Now we'll see who wants it more.
Yeah, mental conditioning as well as physical conditioning is going to determine who wins this one.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
And defense blitzes get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here comes the Lions punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And across up the football, and there's his own goal line. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. This to win it in overtime. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. This as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it.
34.
But we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.